This video will show you how to create a new dataset from your database tables. You can do this by creating a new SQL query, either by using the query wizard, or by copying and pasting an existing SQL string, or by writing the SQL string manually. Before you create the new dataset, verify that you have an active database connection. To do this, select the Data tab at the top of the screen, and then select the Databases page. On the Databases page, you should see all of your database connections listed. Verify that the database that you want to connect to is marked with a green dot, indicating that there is an active connection to that database. If the database connection is active, you can proceed to create the dataset. To do this, select the Datasets page, and from the top menu, select New Dataset. To create a new dataset from your database tables, select the Database Query option. This opens the Database Query wizard. In the top menu, select the database that contains the tables from which you want to create the new dataset. Expand the tables that you wish to draw data from, and drag the fields that you want to include in the new dataset from the left panel into the Columns panel. To remove a column from the dataset, either drag the field from the Columns panel back into the left panel, or press the Delete button next to the field name. After you have selected the fields that you want to include in the new dataset, define any required joins between the tables. To define a new join, press the New button next to the Join panel. In this case, we will define a join between the Categories table and the Products table, using the category ID as the join column. In most cases, the join operator should be left as the equality operator. This produces an inner join, although in certain special cases you may wish to use one of the inequality operators available in the menu. To produce a left or right outer join, respectively select the All option on the left or on the right. To perform a full outer join, select the All option on both the left and the right. For this join, however, we will use the simple inner join. Press OK to save the join. Finally, we'll join together the Returns table and the Orders table. In this case, we'd like to do an outer join because the Orders table contains orders that are not contained in the Returns table. To preserve all of the orders that do not have related returns, we can select the All option on the right to produce the right outer join. Next, define any required conditions. To define a condition, press the Edit button next to the Conditions panel. In this case, we'll define a simple condition, such as quantity is greater than 5. Press Append to add the condition, and then press OK. We have now completely specified the query, and you'll notice that at the bottom of the Database Query wizard, the SQL panel displays the SQL string that will be sent to the database. If needed, you can edit this SQL string by pressing the Edit button next to the SQL panel. However, it's important to note that once you have edited the SQL string, you cannot return to the Database Query wizard. In this case, we will not edit the SQL string directly, but instead we'll proceed to press the OK button, which will allow us to return to the Query wizard at a later time. When prompted, enter a name for the new dataset. Select a location in which to save the dataset. In this case, we'll save the dataset at the root datasets level. Press OK to create the new dataset. The new dataset now appears on the Datasets page under the Data tab. To edit the new dataset, simply click on the dataset. This opens the dataset for editing in a data worksheet. The data worksheet provides tools that allow you to perform grouping, filtering, aggregation, sorting, and many other mashup operations. To view the data in the dataset, press the Change View button at the right side of the dataset title bar. and select Live Preview. This executes the query and displays the data in the dataset. To reopen the query wizard to edit the query, press the Edit button in the title bar of the dataset. You can now make changes to any of the column selections that you've made previously, joins, or conditions. If you wish to edit the SQL string directly, press the Edit button next to the SQL panel. The message in the dialog box alerts you that once you have manually edited the SQL string, you will not be able to return to the database query wizard again. Make the desired edits to the SQL string and press OK. Note that when you press the Edit Query button a second time, the query wizard is no longer available. However, you can still manually edit the SQL string. Of course, you still have access to all of the data mashup operations that are available in the data worksheet, such as filtering, grouping, and sorting. Please see the other videos in this series for more information about the data mashup operations that are available in a data worksheet. To save any changes that you've made to the dataset, press the Save button in the toolbar at the top, and to return to the Datasets page, first select the Data tab, and then select the Datasets page on the left side.